Swami Raval welcome you all for the today's function on behalf of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekanand Memorial Vadodara. Atmano Mokshartham Jagata Hitayaka. The motto of the Ramakrishna Mission: for one's own liberation and for the welfare of humanity. Asking the blessings of divine for all our ventures, I request Swamijis and Brahmacharis for invocation.
Yo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Shanno Mitra Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanno Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukramaha. Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirya Jatra Sthirairange Stuštuvagum Sassanubihi Vyashema Deva Hitayadayu. Swasti na Indro Vriddashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwaveda Swasti na Stakshyo Varishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadatu. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Yaschandasam Rishabho Vishwarupa Sandobhyo Dhamritat Sambhavuva Samendro Medaya Shrinotu. Amritasya Devadarano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jivva Me Madhumaktama Karna Vyamburi Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medaya Pihita Shrutam Me Gopaya. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Tassat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Along with the blessings, may I request His Excellency the Governor of Gujarat, Shri Naval Kishore Sharma ji, to light the lamp and inaugurate. The other dignitaries on the stage are also requested to join him. and unveil the bronze statue of Swami Vivekananda. We would like to offer flowers to Shri Naval Kishore Sharma ji. May I request Swami Atmadipananda ji to offer flowers to Shri Governor Shri. We are very happy to have Swami Shikaranandji Maharaj, Assistant Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, Belur Math with us for this celebration. I request Swami Vedasaranandji to offer flowers to Maharaj Shri. It is a matter of pride and privilege to have Dr. Mrunalini Devi Puwar, Chancellor of Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda and a royal family member with us today. I request Rajeshwari Ben Trivedi to offer flowers to her. I request Dr. Maya Hazra to offer flowers. The Pro Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, Professor S.M. Joshi is with us today. I request Shri Prakash Joshi to offer flowers to Pro Vice Chancellor. Under the guidance and inspiration by Swami Nikhileshwarananda ji, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Memorial Vadodara is carrying out various activities all round the year. I request Swamiji for welcome address.
Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. His Excellency the Governor, Adaraniya Shri Naval Kishore Sharma ji, Revered Swami Shikaranandji Maharaj, the Assistant Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Belur Math, who has come all the way from Belur Math, our headquarters, as a representative of our headquarters for this great occasion. Chancellor, Madam Dr. Mrs. Mrunalini Devi Puwar, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor S.M. Joshi, my dear brother Swami Atmadipananda, the Assistant Secretary of the Ashrama, Dr. Anil Bhai Desai, the Vice President of our Managing Committee, other monks present here, other dignitaries present here, various government officers, principals of various education institutions, teachers, and my very dear young friends, students, who have come today to pay homage to Swami Vivekananda, whose birthday we are celebrating. We are extremely happy that on this occasion of 12 January, every year we have National Youth Day celebration. As you know, 1985, the Government of India during the International Youth Year thought of having one day being earmarked for the youth, and there was a special committee, and the special committee reported that Swami Vivekananda's message can be very useful for the modern youth. The message that he preached, the life that he lived, can be a great source of inspiration for the modern youth. And so from 1985 onwards, as per the circular of the Government of India, the whole country celebrates Swami Vivekananda's birthday 12 January as National Youth Day. We in Baroda also are celebrating from last 3 years. As you know, on 18th April 2005, we received the historic Dilaram Bungalow, sanctified by the stay of Swami Vivekananda himself. Really, the citizens of Baroda are very fortunate, because in this city Swami Vivekananda stayed as the guest of the then Diwan Manibhai Jashbhai, and we are extremely grateful to the government of Gujarat for having handed over that bungalow, Dilaram Bungalow, on 18th April 2005 for converting into a befitting memorial of Swami Vivekananda. And we have started, the bungalow was very old, in a deliberate condition. We have been renovating the bungalow space-wise in such a manner so that the original features are intact. A public library has been started with about 10,000 books and 50 periodicals. mobile medical unit, value education programs for schools and college students and the teachers, meditation hall, various programs have been started. Today is a landmark day when so many things are happening. On this day, a beautiful statue of Swami Vivekananda, 7.5 feet bronze statue, has been unveiled by Sri Naval Kishore Sharma ji just half an hour back. We are extremely grateful to him. Now, as soon as you enter the campus of Dilaram Bungalow, Swami Vivekananda would welcome you. He will be the first to welcome you. Swami Vivekananda, grand Chicago pose, has been installed there. And the Honorable Governor, His Excellency, also inaugurated a beautiful exhibition, Life and Message of Swami Vivekananda. Beautiful panels. These exhibitions are being taken to various schools and colleges all over the country. And now a permanent exhibition on the life and message of Swami Vivekananda has been installed, and that was inaugurated by His Excellency the Governor just a few minutes back. Now it will be open to the public. School and college students can come in large number, can visit. We already have exhibition on the photographs of Swami Vivekananda, a research work done by our California nuns, where we have got 74 research photographs of Swami Vivekananda, and the description, the details under which the situation under which the photographs were taken, that are all given in that exhibition. Then we have exhibition on the life and message of Sri Ramakrishna, the life and an exhibition on life and message of Sharda Devi, and now an exhibition on life and message of Swami Vivekananda. So it will be a rich place to visit, and I would request all the school and college students to please visit our ashrama and benefit from all these programs. We are also very happy that a new project was launched just a few minutes back. His Excellency inaugurated this youth convention and also simultaneously launched the new project of Ramakrishna Mission, that is the value education program to the mobile van, which we have given the name Vivek Rath. You can see the photograph of Vivek Rath here. You can see the actual Vivek Rath outside the campus, where it has been very well fitted with the audiovisual unit, many books on value education. It will go from door to door, from village to village, from school to school, taking the message, the character building message of Swami Vivekananda to the masses. Swami Vivekananda wrote in a letter to his brother disciples, if mountain cannot come to Muhammad, let Muhammad come to mountain. If the masses cannot come to education, let education go from door to door. And that is why we have started this vehicle which will go with the message of value education, character building message of Swami Vivekananda, with beautiful audiovisual films, and it will go from door to door. And we are very much sure, at least in South Gujarat, it is going to have a great impact within a very short time. So we are extremely grateful to His Excellency the Governor of Gujarat for having launched this project of Vivek Rath, and also inaugurated the exhibition on life and message of Swami Vivekananda, and also inaugurating this youth convention. The youth are very eagerly looking forward to listen to his speech. I also on this occasion heartily welcome Revered Swami Shikharanandji Maharaj, who has come all the way. He had been instrumental in taking up the whole project of tribal development project at Narayanpur district, Bastar, one of the most backward areas of our country, and there the Abujmal tribal development project was spearheaded by him, and afterwards he was looking after our disaster management relief work, and 20 crores rupees of relief work was done under his guidance when there was earthquake in Gujarat in 2001. We are extremely happy that today he is with us as a special representative of the headquarters. We are also very happy that Dr. Srimati Mrunalini Devi Puwar is with us in 3 capacities. One, of course, as the Chancellor, as you know. Second, you may not know that she is also the Vice President of our Managing Committee. And third, we have specially called her because she is a member of the royal family. And why? why in our all important occasions we remember her, and why we have specially requested her to become a member of our managing committee is when Swami Vivekananda came here in Baroda. From here, Baroda, Swamiji went to Bombay, then to Mahabaleshwar, on to South India, then he went to Trivandrum. And Trivandrum he met Martand Verma, the prince of Trivandrum, and he asked, "What is your opinion about the modern princes?" That time, Swami Vivekananda said, "Of all the princes that I have seen, the one who impressed me most with his dynamism and his visionary capacity was Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad, third of Baroda." So we are extremely happy that the university, which is in the name of Maharaja, with the collaboration of that university, Swami Vivekananda's birthday is being celebrated. So we are extremely happy for all the guests that are present here. I heartily welcome all the guests on the dais. I heartily welcome the guests of the dais, all the dignitaries, especially the students who are enthusiastically participating today, and they are very eager to get the message of Swami Vivekananda. With hearty welcome to all of you, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharmaji.
Special shawl prepared by the women. Of India, and Mr. Jha will be receiving the felicitation from His Excellency the Governor. It was because of their pioneering effort that we could go for this project, and within 3 months we could get the vehicle. His Excellency is telling that I hope that you will be more generous in future, and you will also. You know, Bakul Patel's father, Madhubhai Patel, prepared 11 statues which have been installed in Gujarat, 11 statues. And he took up the thread from his father. And he had to work very hard because we wanted to be perfectionists in the field. He said, "I will give the whole amount." Out of his own accord, he told, and he has given the whole amount of this statue. He is a very humble retired officer of ONGC, but a great devotee with a great heart. Without asking, he gave the whole amount. Australia, he stayed in America, and he stayed in India. Everywhere he is there, Bhogibai, always taking his car. He is a retired engineer, but the whole amount that he has given to Ramakrishna Mission, and himself, he has given himself also to Ramakrishna Mission. He is always in the service of the family.
Kumari Preeti Agrawal, who received gold medal.
His Excellency, the Governor of Gujarat, Shri Naval Kishore Sharma ji, other dignitaries on the dais, and dear friends. As you know, today is a National Youth Day. It is a day not only to remember Swami Vivekananda, but to remind the youths of today that they will be future citizens of India, who will have to shoulder the responsibility of leading India to higher heights of prosperity and stability. They are the foundation roots of National Tree India. At the time of Swami Vivekananda, this national tree was badly eaten away by the insects in the form of many social evils. Many social reformatory organizations had started, but they were only trying to improve the condition of national tree by some patchwork treatment in the branches. Swami Vivekananda, after wandering and observing the country from north to south, east to west, and also visiting prosperous countries like America and Europe, came to realize that the national tree India can become healthy only when the roots are treated. That is why he gave the clarion call to the youths of India to awake, arise and stop not till the goal of making prosperous, free India is achieved. But he cautioned also that real goal will not be achieved by study of science only. It should be coupled with enriching life with spiritual strength. The youths listened to Swamiji and India has risen to great height. But in the hurry, we have forgotten the second message of strengthening life with spirituality, which he pointed out again and again is the life-giving force of India. That is why today we are experiencing the lopsided development which is imbalancing the social and national structure of India. So now the time has come for the present youths to balance their personalities with present day education along with spiritual development, so that they will be able to make in future India not only great but ideal also for the world to imitate. Let this promise be our offering at the feet of Swami Vivekananda and Mother India. Thank you.
Your Excellency, revered the Governor of Gujarat, Swami Shri Karanandji, Swami Shri Nikhileshwaranandji, monks and devotees of the Ramakrishna Mission, distinguished invitees, members of the university fraternity, and youth of today present here, ladies and gentlemen. It fills my heart with joy to welcome all of you today to the inauguration of the Youth Convention that is being held to celebrate the National Youth Day, which is always held on Swami Vivekananda's 147th Tithi Puja or birth anniversary. Standing here in the premises of the university campus, a lot of thoughts start coming to my mind, and mainly because the university is named after Maharaja Sayajirao University, and we are celebrating Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary. A lot of things which are similar between these two people come to my mind, and that more so because these are the two great personalities who from childhood influenced my life. They played a very strong role in what I am today. And some of the similarities which I think of, they are by accident or whatever it is. The first thing that comes to my mind is that both were born on the same year. So that is 1963, which means that there must be something similar somewhere. Secondly, they both came to their gurus with an absolutely what we call blank slate in their areas of specialization. The difference between Swamiji was that he was already an educated person when he came to his gurus, while Sayajji Rao, as you all know, did not know how to read or write. Swamiji was groomed by Thakurji on spirituality and Sayajji Rao by a team of professionals on good governance. And you know what the results are. Friends, I'm not really trying to compare them because it would not be right. Swamiji was an incomparable person, a towering height, a Yuga Purush, while great-grandfather was only a Maharaja, which is nothing very great. But he took his duties very seriously, and what was great was he loved the people of Baroda state like his own children. I think they took precedence over his own children sometimes. So sitting in the auditorium, I cannot but help remember them both today together, one being a guru par excellence and the other as a ruler with a vision. Because of that, because the two knew each other also, and Swami Ji has just mentioned what Swami Vivekananda thought of grandfather, I am very happy that at last we had got the Dilaram Bungalow, where Swamiji stayed for a few nights as the Diwan's guest, and which is going to be our memorial, and which I hope that everyone in Baroda thinks of and helps the mission to bring it to its former glory. Today, as you know, is National Youth Day, and I was not planning to say much on Swamiji or on spirituality because I have no authority on it. I am just a plain, simple devotee like most of you. And so I don't try even to interpret what he says, which I think is always wrong. I just want to quote to you, before finishing, a few portions of Swamiji, and I especially request my young friends in the audience to ponder deeply on these quotes which I was saying. Swamiji has said that, first of all, education is the manifestation of perfection already present in man. What he is trying to tell you, think it out. To him, the goal of mankind is knowledge. Now, this knowledge is inherent in man. No knowledge comes from outside. It is all inside. What we say a man knows should, in strict psychological language, be what he discovers or unveils. What man learns is really what he discovers by taking the cover off his own soul, which is a mine of infinite knowledge. While you are doing that, he tells us, never mind failures, they are quite natural. They are the beauty of life, these failures. What would life be without them? It would not be worth having if it were not for struggle. Where would be the poetry of life? Never mind the struggles, the mistakes. I never heard a cow tell a lie, but it is only a cow, never a man. So never mind these failures, these little backslidings. Hold the ideal 1,000 times, and if you fail 1,000 times, make the attempt once more. And if you think of it, all through his life he has been giving that same message in different ways of go ahead, be bold and things like that. And what he says is, to succeed you must have tremendous perseverance, tremendous will. I will drink the ocean, says the perceiving soul. At my will, mountains will crumble up. have that sort of energy, that sort of will, work hard, and he tells you that you will reach the goal. Another issue he also tells us about, and I quote, sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanatism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with blood, destroyed civilization, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these horrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is now. But their time has come, and I fervently hope, these are Swamiji's words, that the bell that tolled this morning in honor of this convention which he was addressing may be the death knell of all fanatism, of all persecutions with the sword, or with the sword, and remember this, or with the pen, and of all the uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal should disappear. Friends, this is a message to us, a real message which we should ponder on and think, because we are really going through a very bad time all over the world. And therefore, I do not want to say anything more. With these quotes of Swamiji, I will leave you to think it over, and thank you.
राष्ट्रीय युवा दिन समारोह, नेशनल यूथ डे सेलिब्रेशन के उपलक्ष्य में रामकृष्ण मिशन विवेकानंद मेमोरियल संस्था बड़ौदा द्वारा आयोजित स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की प्रतिमा के अनावरण के अवसर पर मुझे यहाँ आमंत्रित कर एक गौरव का अवसर प्रदान किया है। इसके लिए मैं स्वामी जी का बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूँ। मैंने उनके जीवन, उनके गुरु के जीवन, स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस के जीवन पर जो फोटो प्रदर्शनी का आयोजन किया गया है, उसका उद्घाटन करने में भी मैं अपने आप को सौभाग्यशाली मानता हूँ। आज का दिन नेशनल यूथ डे सेलिब्रेशन का दिन है। अभी आपने सभी महानुभावों के भाषण अंग्रेजी में सुने। जायका बदलने के लिए, just for a change, I would like to speak in Hindi. मंचस्थ पूज्य स्वामी शिखरानंद जी, पूज्य स्वामी निखिलेश्वरानंद जी, पूज्य स्वामी आत्मादीपानंद जी, डॉक्टर श्रीमती मृणाली देवी प्रसाद पवार, प्रोफेसर एम.एस. जोशी, डॉक्टर अनिल देसाई, महानुभावों, देवियों, सज्जनों और देश की युवान पीढ़ी के भविष्य की आशा, मेरे नौजवान भाई और बहन, राष्ट्रीय युवा दिन के समारोह की स्थापना जैसा स्वामी जी ने बताया सन 85 में की गई। युवा प्रधानमंत्री युवाओं के बारे में सोच सकता है, शायद आपको मालूम होगा, और नहीं है तो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि सन 85 में इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री एक युवा व्यक्तित्व के धनी स्वर्गीय राजीव गांधी थे। और स्वर्गीय राजीव गांधी की ये कल्पना थी कि युवान हमारे देश की शक्ति हैं, भविष्य की आशा है, इसलिए युवान को भी एक मौका मिलना चाहिए कि उनके बारे में भी देश एक दिन साल में सोचे। और इसीलिए 12 जनवरी को ये दिन देश में मनाया जाता है। ये प्रसन्नता की बात है कि हमारे देश के युवान दुनिया के युवान के मुकाबले में आज बखूबी अपने कर्तव्य का निर्वहन कर रहे हैं। आज हम वैश्वीकरण के जमाने में जी रहे हैं और इस वैश्वीकरण के जमाने में, ग्लोबलाइजेशन के युग में हमारे युवान दुनिया के युवान से बहुत आगे हैं। ये सही है कि हमारे पास वो अवसर नहीं है, वो सुविधाएं नहीं हैं, हमारे विश्वविद्यालय भी इतने सक्षम नहीं हैं जो उनको सक्षम होना चाहिए। पर फिर भी हमें गर्व है इस बात का कि आज अमेरिका में भी इस देश के नौजवानों ने डंका पुजाया है हिंदुस्तान के नाम पर। चाहे वो मेडिकल के क्षेत्र हो, चाहे वो साइंस का क्षेत्र हो, और चाहे भूलिएगा नहीं, इसी गुजरात की धरती पर उपजी हुई एक लड़की ने एस्ट्रोनॉट में अपना भारत की तरफ से प्रतिनिधित्व करके भारत का गौरव का नाम ऊंचा किया। हमारे देश के युवान की शक्ति कम नहीं है। हमारे देश के युवान शक्ति का आह्वान स्वामी विवेकानंद ने किया। स्वामी विवेकानंद खुद एक युवा थे और आपको सुनकर ताज्जुब होगा कि केवल मात्र 39 वर्ष की उम्र में उन्होंने दुनिया के अंदर, अमेरिका के अंदर, यूरोप के अंदर, जो यूरोप, माय ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स ऑफ अमेरिका, और सारा हॉल खड़ा हो गया उनके सम्मान में और 2 मिनट तक तालियां बजाता रहा। तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट से वो हॉल गूंजता रहा। उनका व्यक्तित्व आकर्षक था। उनके व्यक्तित्व में और उनके चरित्र में जो आभा थी वो लोगों को आकर्षित करती थी। और उसी का परिणाम था कि स्वामी विवेकानंद के 2 शब्द ने अमेरिकन लोगों के दिमाग पर एक ऐसी गहरी छाप छोड़ी तो 2 मिनट तक स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन स्वामी विवेकानंद को दिया। क्योंकि अमेरिका की संस्कृति में तो भाई और बहन कहने का दूर का भी संबंध नहीं है। वहाँ तो लेडीज और जेंटलमैन कहते हैं। और जब उन्होंने देखा कि एक व्यक्ति ऐसा है जो भाई और बहन के नाम से संबोधित करता है तो वो आश्चर्यचकित रह गए। युवाओं को पहचान दी स्वामी विवेकानंद ने। ऐसे स्वामी विवेकानंद का जन्म 12 जनवरी सन 1862 में, आज ही के दिन, कलकत्ते के एक बहुत ही सुखी एवं साधन संपन्न परिवार में हुआ था। You should know the history of Vivekananda. I know that I have given some presents of books of Swami Vivekananda's life. I asked the students, have you ever read it? They said no. I took a promise that they would try to read it. I hope they would fulfill that promise. बाल्यावस्था में ही विवेकानंद जी अपने पिता जी की बुद्धिगम्य सोच और माँ की धार्मिक स्वभाव ने काफी हद तक प्रभावित किया था और तभी से इनकी रुचि आध्यात्मवाद की तरफ थी। 1881 में विवेकानंद जी धर्मों के गूढ़ रहस्यों की खोज में स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस जी से मिले। वहीं से उनका जीवन की दिशा बदल गई। वे स्वामी जी के बहुत ही निकट आए और उनकी विचारधारा से काफी प्रभावित हुए। 1886 में स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस जी के निधन के बाद I am taking a lot of time, please bear with me. के बाद स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने संसार का परित्याग करा और परिवारजक सन्यासी बने। 1902 में 39 वर्ष की अल्प आयु में स्वामी जी का देहावसान हो गया। सन 1853 में अपने शुभेच्छुकों, चाहकों और मित्रों के आग्रह के वशीभूत होकर स्वामी जी अमेरिका गए। वहाँ अमेरिका के विश्वविख्यात हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड द नेम ऑफ हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, मैं ग्रीक साहित्य के प्रोफेसर J.H. राइट से उनकी मुलाकात हुई। प्रोफेसर राइट स्वामी जी के मेधावी प्रतिभा से आश्चर्यचकित रह गए और उन्होंने स्वामी जी को शिकागो में आयोजित विश्व धर्म संसद पार्लियामेंट ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिलीजन में हिंदुइज्म का प्रतिनिधित्व करने का अनुरोध किया। स्वामी जी ने अपनी मर्यादा बताते हुए प्रोफेसर राइट्स को बताया कि उनके पास कोई रेफरेंस और सिफारिश नहीं है और अमेरिका में किसी को जानते भी नहीं। ऐसी स्थिति में उनके लिए कैसे संभव हो पाएगा। प्रोफेसर राइट्स ने तुरंत ही स्वामी जी की धर्म संसद डेलीगेशन का चयन करने वाली कमेटी पर अपनी रिकमेंडेशन लेटर दे दिया, जिसमें उन्होंने इनके बारे में बताते हुए इन शब्दों का प्रयोग किया। दिस इज नोटवर्दी। हियर इज ए मैन मोर लर्नड देन ऑल आवर लर्नड प्रोफेसर्स टुगेदर। सारे प्रोफेसर जितने लर्नड नहीं है, उससे ज्यादा ये अकेला आदमी लर्नड है। और ये कहते हुए सिफारिश का पत्र दिया। कमेटी ने स्वामी जी का सर्वसम्मति से चयन किया और धर्म संसद में हिस्सा लेने की अनुमति मिल गई। सितंबर 1983 के रोज धर्म संसद की शुरुआत में अपने वक्तव्य में स्थानिक लोगों एवं विश्व के सभी देशों को धर्माचार्यों को संबोधित करते हुए इन शब्दों में शुरुआत की, ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स ऑफ अमेरिका, जिसका मैंने अभी जिक्र किया, वे सब सुनते ही पूरा ऑडियंस दंग रह गया। ऐसा किसी ने स्वप्न में भी नहीं सोचा था कि एक भगवा वस्त्रधारी युवा सन्यासी इनकी आत्मा को इस प्रकार स्पर्श करेगा। पूरी ऑडियंस खड़ी हो गई और सतत 2 मिनट तक तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट से स्वामी जी को स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन दिया गया। ऐसे विशिष्ट सम्मान अंतर्राष्ट्रीय फलक पर बहुत कम लोगों को मिला है। स्वामी जी पूरी धर्म संसद पर अपनी अप्रतिम बुद्धि शक्ति, आकर्षक व्यक्तित्व तथा अद्भुत वाक छटा से छा गए और भारत के एक अनजान युवा सन्यासी ने इतिहास का निर्माण कर दिया। मेड हिस्ट्री। स्वामी जी के अद्भुत व्यक्तित्व, तेजस्वी मुखमंडल, तथा शब्दों में निहित आत्मिक अनुभूति का श्रोताओं पर ऐसा प्रभाव पड़ा कि वहाँ के प्रमुख समाचार पत्रों ने उन्हें सर्वश्रेष्ठ वक्ता के रूप में घोषित किया। इसका एक परिणाम यह आया, शायद जगत ने हिंदू धर्म में रुचि दिखाने की शुरुआत की, क्योंकि उन्होंने स्पष्ट रूप से ये प्रतीति हो गई थी कि विश्व के प्रमुख धर्मों में, फिलोसॉफिक परंपराओं में हिंदू धर्म अद्वितीय है, अनपैरेलल, और पाश्चात्य जगत हिंदू धर्म से काफी कुछ सीख सकता है। उसी धर्म संसद में अपने विचारों को व्यक्त करते हुए स्वामी जी ने बताया, आई एम प्राउड टू बिलोंग टू ए रिलीजन which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. The word tolerance and universal acceptance is very relevant. We believe not only in universal tolerance, but we accept our religion as true. 1857 की प्रथम क्रांति के बाद ब्रिटिश शासकों ने भारत को असभ्य, सपेरों और जंगलियों का देश कहकर अंतर्राष्ट्रीय फलक पर हमारे देश को नीचा गिराने के यत्न शुरू कर दिए थे। भारतीयों को संस्कृत विहीन कहा जाने लगा था। ऐसे कठिन समय पर विस्मृत भारतीय गौरव को पुनः स्थापन करने हेतु विश्व जनमत को भारत की तरफ मोड़ने का भागीरथ कार्य स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने किया। उन्होंने देश की सोई हुई चेतना को जागृत किया। सदियों से अज्ञान, गरीबी एवं अंधश्रद्धा की नींद में सोए हुए देशवासियों को उन्होंने जगाया। स्वामी जी ने देश का दौरा करने के बाद देखा, अगर कोई महाशय सुनना नहीं चाहते हैं तो कृपया चले जाएं। स्वामी जी ने देश का दौरा करने के बाद देखा कि अतीत का विस्मरण, दृष्टिकोण की संकुचितता, धर्म विमुखता, नारी की उपेक्षा, शारीरिक दुर्बलता एवं अनुशासन का अभाव, ये सब भारतीय समाज के अधपतन के कारण है और ये आज भी कभी कभी देखने को मिलता है। ये दुर्भाग्य की बात है। देश के लोगों ने से स्वामी जी ने इन विकृतियों में से ऊपर उठकर एक स्थित बुद्ध, अनुशासित एवं शक्तिशाली राष्ट्र के रूप में उद्यत होने का आह्वान किया। उनका ये दृढ़ मान्यता थी कि भारत एक दिन पुनः जगत गुरु होने का गौरव प्राप्त करेगा। और आज हम ये देख रहे हैं, अपनी आंखों के सामने देख रहे हैं कि भारत इस गौरव को प्राप्त करने की ओर अग्रसर है। We are looking, the world is looking towards us. That day is not far off when we would be again the Jagat Guru of the whole world. उनका मंत्र था उत्तिष्ठ, उठो, जागृत है, जागो, प्राप्त वर्णो विरोधित हो, उठो, जागृत हो, ध्येय प्राप्ति तक अपने प्रयत्नों में लगे रहो. Till you achieve your end, do not be tired, ceaselessly work for it. That was the mantra वे स्वामी जी के. दरिद्र नारायण की सेवा करना उनके जीवन का महत्व का कार्य बना. वे कहते थे कि भूखे को अन्न दान देना, निर्वस्त्र को वस्त्र देना, दर्द से पीड़ित मरीजों को शुश्रूषा करना, अशिक्षितों को शिक्षित बनाना एवं पीड़ितों को सांत्वना देना, यही सबसे बड़ा कार्य है. वे मानते थे सर्विस टू ह्यूमैनिटी इज सर्विस टू गॉड. मानव सेवा ही प्रभु सेवा, यही उनका सबसे बड़ा बोध पाठ था जो उन्होंने स्वयं के उदाहरण द्वारा विश्व के सामने रखा. हिंदू धर्म एवं प्रखर राष्ट्रवाद का हिमायती स्वामी जी के विचारों से हमारे प्राय सभी राष्ट्रीय नेता, पूज्य महात्मा गांधी जी, पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू, लोकमान्य तिलक, सुभाष चंद्र बोस, रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर इत्यादि प्रभावित रहे और उनके विचारों को समर्थन देने लगे. स्वामी जी ने टॉलरेंस ऑफ ऑल रिलीजन का संदेश दिया. आज हम कभी कभी देखते हैं कि वी आर इनटॉलरेंट टू अदर रिलीजन एंड दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेन ऑफ द डाउनफॉल ऑफ आवर सोसाइटी एंड कंट्री. मनुष्य जीवन का ध्येय क्या होना चाहिए, इस संदर्भ में अपने विचार व्यक्त करते हुए कहा कि आत्मनो मोक्षार्थम जगत हिताय च. स्वयं के मोक्ष के लिए और विश्व के कल्याण के लिए हमेशा काम करते रहो. जैसा अभी स्वामी जी ने कहा था अपने भाषण में, मैं उसी बात को रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. सन्यासी परंपरा रामकृष्ण मठ की स्थापना की और रामकृष्ण मिशन नाम चैरिटेबल रिलीफ मिशन की शुरुआत की. उनके योगदान को स्वीकार करते हुए पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने बताया कि विवेकानंद केम एज ए टॉनिक. द एम्फेसिस इज ऑन द वर्ड टॉनिक. Vivekananda came as a tonic to the depressed. Another emphasis on the depressed and demoralized Hindu mind and gave it a great reliance. This is what Jawaharlal told about Vivekananda. Guru Rabindranath Tagore ने कहा, if you want to know India, study Vivekananda. In him everything is positive and nothing negative. सुभाष चंद्र बोस ने उनके व्यक्तित्व के रूप में देखा और उनके गुणों को सराहना करते हुए कहा था, reckless in his sacrifice. The word reckless is very important. Reckless means that one who does not care what the sacrifice would cost him. Reckless in sacrifice, unceasing in activity, boundless in love, exuberant in emotions, merciless in attacks, and yet simple as a child. He was a rare personality in this world of ours. Can you have better compliment to anybody in the world than what Prabhat Chandra Bose gave to Vivekananda? पूज्य गांधी जी ने स्वामी विवेकानंद के बारे में अपने मंतव्य को प्रकट करते हुए कहा, यू नो गांधी, Bapu, as we call him, he was born in Gujarat, and it is who gave us freedom, the pride place in this amity of leaders. What he told about Swamiji. I have gone through Swami Vivekananda's work very thoroughly, and after having gone through them, the love that I had for my country became 1,000-fold. Hazar! ऐसे महामानव को आज हम याद कर रहे हैं उनके जन्मदिन पर, और यूथ फेस्टिवल के रूप में हम उनके जन्मदिन को मनाना जा रहे हैं। नौजवान पीढ़ी के भाइयों और बहनों, हमारे दिन तो जाने वाले हैं। हम तो संध्या के काल पर पहुंच चुके हैं। हमारे पुरखाओं ने, स्वामी विवेकानंद जैसे लोगों ने इस देश को जागृत किया। ये देश आपकी धरोहर, ये देश आपकी पूंजी है। आइए हम सब मिलकर स्वामी विवेकानंद के जीवन से आज उनके जन्मदिन पर कुछ ग्रहण करने का प्रयास करें प्रसाद के रूप में, और ये प्रसाद ही हमारे लिए मंगलकारी होगा, ऐसा मानता हूँ। इन्हीं शुभेच्छाओं के साथ आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद गवर्नर श्री। I request Dr. Anil Desai, Vice President, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekanand Memorial, Vadodara, for vote of thanks.
We are very grateful to His Excellency Governor of Gujarat to be the chief guest on this occasion and grace our occasion. Ramakrishna Mission Assistant Secretary Shikrananji Maharaj came all the way from Belur Math, Calcutta to bless us and to grace this occasion. We are all grateful to him, and I also convey my respectful pranam to Maharaj. We are also grateful to Chancellor Mrinalini Devi as well as Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Joshi to grace our occasion. On behalf of Ramakrishna Mission, we are grateful to State Bank of India, gave us a big donation for the Vivek Rath, as well as other donors who had been helping Baroda Ramakrishna Mission year after year. The volunteers have done wonderful work. The whole function was organized very well. So we are all grateful to them, and most of all, the faculty member, the guest, and young students. You have made the occasion. We are all grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before the national anthem, here are some announcements. The second session will start after a break of 5 minutes, which will be chaired by Professor S.M. Joshi, Pro Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Sayajiram University.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा उत्कलजलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मागे। गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
गीत रजू पेश करने जा रहे हैं। इसमें स्वामी जी कहते हैं कि हमें आवश्यकता है तेजस्वी, दृढ़ विश्वासी और निष्कपट युवकों की। हमें आवश्यकता है लोहे के स्नायु, फौलादी मांसपेशियों की और प्रचंड इच्छा शक्ति की, जिसका अवरोध या जिसका विरोध दुनिया की कोई ताकत न कर पाए। तो प्रस्तुत है ये गीत वीर सेनापति।
विवेकानंद आज पुकारे
दास हम लेकर आए हैं जन्मों की प्यास हम हे प्रभु तेरे चरण दास हम लेकर आए हैं जन्मों की प्यास हम तन मन धन कर तुझको अर्पित तन मन धन कर तुझको अर्पित तेरे आशीष हम पाने को आए रे तेरे आशीष हम पाने को आए रे वीर सेनापति विवेकानंद आज पुकारे हैं आओ रे उनके दिल की सुन पुकार महारथी कहीं आए रे वीर सेनापति वीर सेनापति वीर सेनापति
Trivedi, what a beautiful song he has sung and very nicely has sung. So, on behalf of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Memorial Baroda and on behalf of all of you, we would like to felicitate him by a beautiful photograph of Swami Vivekananda. And Park Pandya for giving good accompaniment. End the session. In fact, 2:45 we have to vacate the hall, and it is already only 2 minutes to 2:45. Anyway, but we will like to make it very short. At least 2 questions we can make it. 10 minutes more. That is our Pro-Vice Chancellor, and he also, we would like to listen to him also. Now, Swamiji always used to make your concentration more powerful, but now can we make it possible today? Very beautiful question. Swami Vivekananda used to say, if I had to do my education over again, I will not undergo the present system of education. First, I will learn how to concentrate my mind and how to control my mind, and then information I can have at my own will. What a tremendous power of concentration he had, and yet he wanted more power of concentration. I will just give one example. When Swami Vivekananda was in Belumat, as you know, we have 170 branches all over the world. 40 abroad, 130 in India, out of which 4 are in Gujarat, Rajkot, Limdi, Porbandar, and the latest in Baroda. But apart from all the headquarters is in Belumat near Calcutta. Swami Vivekananda started Belumat. He was staying in the first floor in his room. That room has been preserved as it is. Even today, if you go, you will find as if Swamiji is sitting there. His table, his chair, his cot, everything is there. So Swamiji was there in his room. At that time he was reading a book. The name of the book is Encyclopedia Britannica. That time his disciple came. The name of the disciple was Sharat Chandra Chakrabarti. He writes down in his diary that when I went there, I found Swamiji reading a book. The name of the book, Encyclopedia Britannica. Big volumes. Then the disciple said, Swamiji, it will take whole lifetime to finish all these volumes. Swamiji said, what do you say? Only a few days back these volumes have come. Already I finished 10 volumes and now I am reading the 11th volume. Huh? Within a few days you have finished 10 volumes? Impossible. I don't believe. Swamiji said, you don't believe? Okay. From these first 10 volumes, you may ask any question that you want. And the disciple asked many questions. Swamiji replied all the questions and replied all of them correctly. Not only that, sometimes even quoting the very language of the book. Then the disciple was very much astonished. Swamiji, this is a miracle. Swamiji said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. If your concentration of mind, 10 hours study can be done in 1 hour. Many students ask me, Swamiji, how is it possible 10 hours study in 1 hour? I say it is possible because at present we are doing 1 hour study in 10 hours. Taking the book in the hand and our eyes are in the book and mind. कल देखा वो हीरो जा रहा था विजन के पीछे, उस रास्ते के बदले उस रास्ते जाता तो कितना अच्छा होता. तुम किस रास्ते जा रहे हो जरा देखो भाई. और कितने पेज चले गए उसके बाद मैं क्या सोच रहा था, ये कहाँ से हीरो विलेन आ गया. So we are not fully concentrated. So Swamiji says, not only in studies, in everything you will get, in sports, games, music, everything you will excel if you have got concentration of mind. That is the main real thing. That is why Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of the great American thinkers, says the secret of success in trade, in war, in every management of human affairs is the concentration of mind. And Swami Vivekananda also believed in that. When Swami Vivekananda second time to America, just now you heard how when he went first time, he created a stir in the Chicago Parliament religious. That also was 9/11. On 9/11 he threw the bomb which was not received, so second bomb came, World Tower Group. That was also 9/11. But on 9/11, 11th September, Swami Vivekananda said, let us accept all religions equally true. Let us say goodbye to fundamentalism, fanaticism, and all sorts of persecution in the name of religion. But we did not follow his teaching, and that is why on 9/11 there was World Tower Group, and that is why even now the terrorism is going on because of the fundamentalism, because we have not accepted Swami Vivekananda's message which he delivered in the Chicago Parliament religious. So Swami Vivekananda went for the first time in 1893 and came back in 1897 after conquering the whole world. 4 years he was in the Western countries, and after coming back he established Ramakrishna Mission for worshipping God in man. In 1899 he again went to America at the invitation of the devotees. At that time, when he was crossing a bridge, he was crossing a river, over a bridge he was going, he saw 4 cowboys trying to shoot at the axes which are floating in water. But their shots were going in vain because the axes were floating up and down. For some time Swamiji looked at them and then he could not help smiling. And these 4 cowboys, they became very much annoyed. You Swami, you are laughing at us. Is it a small thing? Is it a joke to shoot at the axes which are floating in water? You are smiling at us? Okay, we'll give you the challenge. Let us see how you shoot at that. And they handed over the gun to Swami Vivekananda. Now what to do? Swami took up the gun, aimed at the axes, fut. 12 axes gone in 12 shots. And all the cowboys became very much flabbergasted. They became very much excited. Swami, how long you are practicing? We are doing it from 5 years. We could not do it. How long you are practicing? Then Swamiji replied, my dear friends, I am holding the gun for the first time. Huh? For the first time, and you shoot all the axes. That's a miracle. Swamiji said, this is not a miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. So now, concentration of mind. Now, the $1 million question is how to get concentration of mind. So, a small formula that I give based on Swamiji's teaching, C is directly proportional to P. That means if P increases, C increases, and if P goes down, C also goes down. Where C is equal to concentration of mind and P is equal to purity of mind. Swami Vivekananda said, purer the mind, the greater will be the concentration of mind. And how to purify the mind? Aha shuddhav sattva shuddhi, sattva shuddhav dhruva smriti. Let us get pure food, not only through our mouth. Of course that food should be pure, non-exciting, but through our eyes, through our ears. And I give the example of 3 monkeys of Gandhiji. Bura mat dekho, bura mat sudo, bura mat bolo. And also I give the example of 3 more monkeys, 3 monkeys of Switzerland. One of our Swamijis, when he went to Switzerland, he saw by the side of a lake an image of 3 monkeys, but very strange monkeys. One monkey was having one eye closed, one open. Second monkey, one ear closed, one open. And third monkey, half mouth, half closed. So he was much astonished, what is the matter? What could be the meaning of these 3 monkeys? And then suddenly remembered a shloka from the Veda and he got the meaning. What was the shloka? Bhadram karne bhe shunuyam deva Bhadram pashe makshavi jatraha Sirei rangai stustuvagam sastanubihi Vyashema deva hitayadayuhu Sastina indro gridashava Sastina pusha vishvaveda Sastina stakshvarishtanemi Sastino brihaspati dadhatu Bhadram karne bhe shunuyam deva. One ear is closed, don't look, don't listen to bad things. But one ear is open, but listen to good things. One ear is closed, don't look at bad things. But one eye is open. Of course, you must look at good things. On the TV, there are very good channels. You must see the good channels, but don't see the bad channels. You must read good books. Read the books of Swami Vivekananda, Sharda Devi, Ramakrishna, Mahatma Gandhi, great people, and you will become great. But don't read bad books. So when we take good food through our eyes, through our ears, through our mouth, our mind becomes pure, and the mind becomes pure, our mind will become concentrated, and we will get success in everything. So this is in a nutshell that I have given. Second thing I tell, we are not able to concentrate because we don't have control over mind. We don't have control over mind because we don't have control over life. We don't have control over life because we don't have control over time. So time management is very important. So many youngsters, they come to me and I ask them, they are my friends, you know, I have got many young friends. So I had asked them, अच्छा भैया सुबह कितने बजे उठते हो? स्वामी जी कहीं नक्की नहीं. कोई दिवस सवाરના 6 વાગે, कोई दिवस 7 વાગે, રવિવારે તો 10 વાગે. भाई रातना सुवे से કેટલા વાગે? એ નક્કી નહીં. કોઈ દિવસ 10 વાગે, કોઈ દિવસ 11 વાગે, સાવી પીછે તો 1 વાગે ટીવી. ભાઈ તારો ભણવાનો ટાઈમ શું છે? એ નક્કી નહીં. મૂડ આવે ત્યારે ભણી લો. ભાઈ તારો જમવાનો ટાઈમ? નક્કી નહીં. ભૂખ લાગે ત્યારે જમી લો. ભાઈ તારો ટીવી જોવાનો ટાઈમ? નક્કી નહીં. રમવાનો ટાઈમ? નક્કી નહીં. પછી એ લોકો મને આ પૂછે, અચ્છા સ્વામીજી મનની એકાગ્રતા ક્યારે આવશે? કે નક્કી નહીં. There is a second beautiful question by Monica Shah, Sardar School. By being a student, what we can do for the nation to their people? Very nice. At present, you are students. Your first role is, what is your Swadharma? Tomorrow Swadharma શું છે? First Swadharma is to study properly, with full concentration, and not only information, not only mugging up, but with full concentration, not only passing the examination, but getting your high development of IQ, not only IQ, also development of EQ, emotional intelligence, not only that, also development of SQ, spiritual intelligence. Dana Zohar says, she is a professor in Oxford University, neurologically, biologically, psychologically, neurologically, from every point of view, there is a concluding evidence, there is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. What is IQ? Intelligence quotient. IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. EQ will tell you how to play the game of life. And our ashrama, please do visit our ashrama just opposite Circuit House near railway station, very near from this place. Please do visit us if possible today. But all the gold medalists, please today while going take special gift for you. But on 18th you are going to have a surprise gift, plus you will be getting a citation of honor which we could not prepare today because of the shortage of information and the time, but you will get a beautiful citation of honor from Ramakrishna Mission. So on 18th, all the gold medalists, please do come, and other people also, those who are not gold medalists, you are welcome on any day. Visit our library, become a member of library. Annual subscription is 0 rupees. Thank you.
Time is running out and we have to conclude before 10 minutes before 3. Swami Shri Nikhilesh and all the students and parents in the audience. Today we are celebrating a Youth Day, Vivekananda's birthday. Youth is about the change. If we can change our life, if we can change our circumstances, if we can change our surrounding, that is youthfulness. But change does not mean change in any direction. There has to be a real direction in the progressive way. Because we have become cultured after so many eons, after so many centuries, and to continue to be cultured is our goal. To be continued to gain more and more heights and depths, and therefore there is a direction. To continue to progress is our goal, and that is the youthfulness. There are two questions I will try to answer in my own way. One question was that how to concentrate in the present day life. Well, concentration is a greatest gift any parent can give to his children. That is the greatest achievement that you can gain by your own efforts. So concentration is very necessary, but the question is how to get it. Swamiji said that you purify your mind and personality, but what is purification? I will give you a very practical hint about this. When you wake up in the morning, sit for half a minute and think about nothing. Just be quiet. Just try to relate to your dreams, and next moment you will remember what you have to do during the course of the day. If you believe, if you have a puja in your house or anything, if you believe in performing and offering the incense in this puja, be quiet for a few seconds. Be quiet for a few seconds. When you are doing something, when you are studying or doing whatever, whenever you get a time, take few seconds and step back. Step back from what you are doing. And that will give you a perspective of what you are doing. That will give you a kind of witness spirit in what you are doing. And this will help you in concentration. This you can do several times during the day. While eating, when you start eating, don't do it just like in a hurried manner, but stop for a few seconds and just watch and then eat. So snatch few seconds during the day, several times. When you go to sleep, do not just go to sleep like that, but sit quiet for half a minute. Think of what you have done during the day. If you believe in God, offer it to the God and then go to sleep. This will create another kind of personality in you, and that will help you to concentrate. Second question was what we can do as young people for our nation. This is a very nice question, and the only answer to this is that each one of us, either young or elderly or whoever he is, has a divinity within us. And this divinity, if we can contact, that will be the greatest help we can render to the nation. Indian nation, why do we want to love India? If every nation loves its own country, if everybody loves his own country, and if we be together, what will happen? That will be competition. That I love my country, another man loves his country, and who is greater among these countries? So there will be competition. Now in a globalized world, we don't want to have competition, we want to have cooperation. Competition should be replaced by cooperation, and cooperation can come. That does not mean that we should not love our country, but we should understand why we want to love our country. We want to love our country because our country has something to offer to the mankind. And that is the understanding of divinity within each one of us. By concentrating, by doing this kind of exercises, snatching few seconds several times a day, you will see that you will contact something in you, and that will be a divinity within you. And that divinity, if you can contact, that will be a greatest help, not only to yourself, that will be a greatest help not only to your family, but to the society, to the nation, and at large to the world. Because that is the greatest help we can do. And that is the message of Swami Vivekananda, that in each one of us there is a divinity, and we should try to contact this divinity, to try to bring it out in our life, to express it, to manifest it. And that will be the greatest help. And that can be done not only at the elderly age, it can be done if you start it from now as a young man. If you do it, you will see that within few years, it will take time because we have to do so many other things in life. If you do it, exercise regularly, you will see that within few years, you will start, you will change, and you will try to contact this divinity within you. And that will be the greatest help to the nation because India represents spirituality. India believes in divinity and divinity in everybody. And to contact this divinity and manifest it in our external life will be the greatest help not only to our nation but to the humanity as a whole. And that is what Swami Vivekananda spread on 9/11. He brought out Indian spirituality in the whole arena of the world. And we will pay a great homage to Vivekananda if we do this exercise, we bring out by concentration this divinity in us and try to manifest it, try to bring it out in our life, practice it in our life. That will be the greatest message. I hope this day will Vivekananda's Ashirvada will be all on of us, all the citizens of India, so that we represent divinity in us, in India, to the whole world. Thank you very much.
To see Professor S.M. Joshi, very rightly has pointed out Swami Vivekananda's message. He said, try to manifest the divine within and everything else shall follow. Try to manifest the divinity within and everything else shall follow. So that is our great thing. Total personality development, self-confidence, self-reliance, self-knowledge, self-control and self-sacrifice will give us the nobility of a student life and will help us to manifest our divinity and to fulfill our dream. Now we are coming to the end of the program. I thank all of you for coming all the way here and participating in this function. And I look forward to meet you in our ashrama there at Dilaram Banglo. Most all of you are welcome. Please become a member of the library. While going, please do not forget to collect your prizes, both gold medalists and those who are not gold medalists. Just submit your card and take the special gift. And all the gold medalists again are requested to come on Sunday 18th at 4:30 p.m. And we will be giving the citation of honor and other surprise gift will be waiting for you. At the end, I bow down at the feet of Swami Vivekananda to shower his blessings on all of us. May he inspire us to follow his teaching. May we read the books of Swami Vivekananda and get ourselves, our lives fulfilled. Jai Swami Vivekananda Ji ki, Bharat Mata ki.